Now, I don't know if it's just me or a lot of fans underestimating Deontay Wilder's ability to cause, let me not say cause an upset here, but to defeat Tyson Fury, not just defeat him, but to actually nail him to the canvas. Are people looking at Deontay Wilder like he's a cream puff? Are they speaking and talking about Deontay Wilder like he's some kind of tomato can cream puff taxi driver? Are they forgetting that this guy is one of the hardest hitting punchers? Not even, let me not say hardest hitting puncher, it's the hardest hitting puncher in the heavyweight division right now. Have people actually forgotten that if Deontay Wilder catches Tyson Fury, it actually could be lights out for Tyson Fury, game over, game set match, like they say in tennis? Are people actually forgetting this? Are the people still carrying over the Alexander Usyk? Let me, what word am I gonna call it now? The Alexander Usyk, look down, or underestimating. Are they underestimating Deontay Wilder's ability to beat Tyson Fury, just like Alexander Usyk was underestimated in beating Anthony Joshua? Obviously, Tyson Fury beat up Deontay Wilder in the rematch. And obviously, in the first fight, of a lot of people, especially UK fans, it was kind of pretty much a partisan thing. If you like Deontay Wilder, you think he done enough by the knockdowns, and if you don't like Deontay Wilder, you believe that Fury beat Deontay Wilder on the scorecards. Well, some people would say that. Some of the people who are objective enough would say that it was pretty much a close fight, like myself, and there was very low volume. And when you add Deontay Wilder to get in the knockdowns, it was basically enough for it to be a split decision draw, or maybe leaning to a Tyson Fury win. And it would probably have been a Tyson Fury win if Fury wasn't to get dropped by those knockdowns by Deontay Wilder. Hence, Tyson Fury coming up with a different game plan, not wanting to get dropped again. But I just suspect that a lot of people are really sleeping on Deontay Wilder and are forgetting about the fact that that this guy, if he comes in with the right adjustments, I've said on multiple occasions that he needs to work on that counter right hand. The feints to look, be a bit more sophisticated to make Tyson Fury think more. If he's able to work on these little aspects, even just being able to be evading on the ropes, things like that in terms of his defense, lack thereof, which caused him to get dropped by Tyson Fury in the third fight in the third round. If he's able to make these adjustments, then there's a very good chance that he's able to really, really, really present some real dangerous threats to Tyson Fury. Alongside that, Tomahawk missile is called, quote unquote, the right hand. But I still think that a lot of people are not very objective enough to give Deontay Wilder a shot here. Deontay Wilder definitely has a chance here of beating Tyson Fury. We don't know, what Tyson Fury is going to look like. Apparently, he was getting roughed up in real sparring by Jared Anderson. I think he had F.A. Jagbar in sparring as well. Having those two kind of guys is not easy work by any stretch of the imagination, you know? Then Tyson Fury was off with COVID. So we don't really know whether, some people say they don't believe him to have it, but if he did have it, has that had any effect on his performance at all? Remains to be seen. Also, Tyson Fury has had some other issues he's been looking at in terms of like his family and things like that. Is his mindset really set on Deontay Wilder fully to the extent that it was leading up to the second fight? Question marks, question marks, question marks. We don't live in the mind of Tyson Fury to really know that for fact. But Deontay Wilder, on the other hand, obviously we've seen all the multiple clips of what he's been doing with Malik Scott, snippets, not the full coverage. So I think that he's definitely Deontay Wilder would say a lot of things, but behind the scenes, Malik Scott, I highly believe that they know that they need to make some adjustments for the trilogy. If not, why are all these clips looking like new things that Deontay Wilder's working on? Hence, definitely meaning Deontay Wilder and Malik Scott know there's adjustments to be made. Malik Scott was saying that if Deontay Wilder, not Deontay Wilder, if Tyson Fury is going to walk in like he did last time, he's going to be met with something serious, something paraphrasing here. But that highly suspects that they've been working on the counter right hand. I've been saying it. Teddy Atlas said it. If Deontay Wilder can get that counter right hand on deck, I'm telling you now, Tyson Fury is going to get bombed on the chin by that right hand because he's most open and most vulnerable when he's attacking. Fury's never really been very sophisticated in attack like AJ, the hooks, very tight hooks, and it's very kind of boom, boom, boom. That is difficult to demonstrate, but that's the sound. That's the sound that replicates Tyson Fury's shots when he's trying to throw shots on the ropes. And if he's gonna be when he's forward momentum like that into his shots, that's why this is the reason why you don't really see Tyson Fury really plant his feet a lot. He's not been known. Tyson Fury talks a lot about knockout, knocking people out. His percentage knockout say otherwise. He's never planted his feet because Tyson Fury's never really had the dynamic ability to really set and detonate straight right hands, like let's say an AJ or a Deontay Wilder or even a Vladimir Klitschko to really let off that right hand to really have the full power in his shot. Some people say, but he dropped Deontay Wilder in the third fight. He caught Deontay Wilder in the right way. Deontay Wilder didn't help himself with the defense. He threw his hand forward instead of slipping on the ropes, anything like that. And he caught him right on the equilibrium spot and knocked him off. But we still haven't seen Tyson Fury stand, throw a straight right hand, with sat down on his front, zip the right hand real quick, bang on the chin. We haven't seen Fury really throw a right hand like that because he's reluctant to really plant his feet to generate the power because he doesn't want to get caught by a sniper counter because he knows that the speed of his right hand is not very quick. Now, Deontay Wilder, we know he's got the laser, not say laser, a tomahawk missile, nuclear, nuke in that right hand. So he really needs to take advantage of when Tyson Fury is trying to do his own work in attack mode. He needs to take advantage of that. Don't fear the smoke. Get in there and slip the shot, detonate the right hand. That's what he needs to do. Take advantage of that. Make Tyson Fury pay when he thinks he's trying to get all excited. That is one of the keys that Deontay Wilder needs to get done if he's going to defeat Tyson Fury. Can Deontay Wilder win on the scorecards? Vast majority of people would say that Tyson Fury wins on the scorecards. Then again, if Deontay Wilder had like another knockdown, if Deontay Wilder had 3 knockdowns in the first fight and Fury was able to get up, Wilder would have ended up winning on the scorecard. So we don't really know how this fight is going to pan out. If it's going to be a chess match, if Fury's going to come in to really box like he did in the second fight, is he going to change up the game plan a little bit, not wanting Deontay Wilder to basically, train for a carbon copy of the rematch? It remains to be seen, but I just feel like we can't underestimate Deontay Wilder when you carry that much power in your right hand to detonate at any split second. Ask Luis Ortiz, ask Dominic Brazil, ask Kelvin Price, ask Bermain Stavern, ask Eric Molina, ask Gerald Washington. These guys will tell you what happens when you're caught sleeping and you get banged on the chin by the Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber. So drop your comments in the comment section below. What are you, man, saying? Does Deontay Wilder put Tyson Fury to sleep? Will Tyson Fury come in there and do what he did in the rematch? Boss Deontay Wilder, bully him and stop him? Who knows? I highly suspect this fight will be a lot more competitive than the rematch, but only God knows what's going to happen on Saturday. Well, Saturday for you guys in the US, UK, so they're going to be like 4 a.m. or something like that. Pay-per-view, big time boxing, heavyweight boxing. What's happening next? Hit me up, KO Boxing Vibe 1, Twitter, Instagram, official KO Boxing Vibe. Big fight this weekend. Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. The trilogy is finally here. Let's have it.